Hello, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Jean. In our effort of the campaign that we've been running on, as far as talking about senior care, today we're going to talk about a very, very important and interesting topic. I want to say thank you to every one of you who is already connected to this important um, life. So I want to say thank you to all of you. We're going to talk about a very, very important topic. We're going to talk about selfishness. This is extremely important because to me, this exists in so many different layers in our society. It is really worth talking about. We have so many people in our society who are so selfish. They just look out for themselves. I mean, I'm pretty sure every one of you watching, you do know you met some of those people and you do know what selfishness is all about. Now, in our business, talking about seniors, I know I've been doing a lot of teaching mainly on educating people on health issues and all. But I think sometimes we can take a topic that exists in our society and tie it into what we're doing. So, what is selfishness? Well, selfishness is uh, somebody who only look out just for themselves. They only do everything that benefit them, but they forget about everybody else. So pretty much that's what it is. So how can we tie this into senior care? Well, many of us are very selfish because we are looking at our own benefit. The reason I bring this up is because recently I met with a senior who was telling me her story. Her story was that she did have a lot of opportunities. She did have economically. She worked hard when she was younger. She saved a lot of money. She did her very, very best, and the idea of having a very good retirement. So that was the purpose. But unfortunately, she had a selfish child that was looking out for just herself. And to instead of using the money to help her when she was getting at her retirement age, because you guys, believe it or not, you know, when people get older, they are not able to make their own decision. They are at the mercy of somebody who is supposed to be there to look out for them, to make those decisions for them, including healthcare decision, financial decision, because they're confused. They don't remember things, so they have memory issues. So really, they have to have somebody looking out for them. But what happens is, in this situation, and that's what pushed me to talk about this topic, the child didn't look out for their parent. They didn't look out for the mom. Now, when we are born, we had our parents looking out for us. And that's why usually on my talks, I always say we need to look out for them because they looked out for us. But in this situation, the child refused to provide care to mom just because she wanted the money to be left for her. So, and this lady, I was talking to her, and she was at a nursing home. Okay, that's one thing she didn't work for. That's one thing she would never have wanted to do, being in a nursing home. Because we work hard so we can have a good future. A lot of the time, our work, we usually do it, and later in life, that's when we see the product of our work. Including myself and many of you watching, usually you work so hard that you don't have time to enjoy your life because you're working, you have kids, you have so many things going on. So you're hoping maybe later in life, you're saving money, you have retirement accounts, you have things like that. You're saving money hoping that you'll have a better life. But what happened is, if you don't have somebody to look out for you when you get to that point, because a lot of us will get to the point where we have the money, but we need somebody to help us to use the money in the best way, and really in a way that is the best to our advantage. I have my parents, but if I'm looking right now, if I said, well, instead of me working hard right now, because I need to pay my share now, I need to work hard. But if I look at what they have and I said, I will just use the money they have and me not going to work, and then they don't have a good retirement. Whatever they work for, then they end up being with nothing. They end up in a nursing home. Now, I don't have anything against a nursing home. I don't have anything. I think it's a good idea because they created this. A lot of people have the opportunity to go somewhere and get somebody to take care of them. But my issue is, if you have a parent, they get older, if they have the ability to live in a place other than a nursing home, including in their home, or maybe an assisted living facility, which usually costs more money, but if they work hard for it, I think we should use that money and help them to stay where they work hard to be at, and where they would be happier, where they would be safer. Because again, I don't know if any one of you guys visited a nursing home before. Yes, it is an option, but it is not the best option. It is not. So for somebody who worked very hard, it really frustrated me when this lady was telling me her story. Because if somebody works very hard, and I'm looking at it, I'm working hard right now. I'm a very hard working person. And I have kids. But how would I feel when I get older? My children are making that decision for me, and they are contemplating and ripping me off. Instead of helping me, they want me to go in a nursing home so they have peace of mind and use the money that I'm working for so hardly right now. I mean, this is very, very upsetting. And I think we should encourage our friends, our family. I mean, this is really ridiculous. It doesn't make any sense. If you work hard, you should be able to have that retirement. And it will get to the point somebody has to decide it for you. So the thing is, if that person looking out for you is selfish, and this is why I bring the word selfishness, because to me, all that happened because those kids are selfish. They're only looking out for themselves. Right now, our job is to work hard to put our kids through college, to do everything and build our retirement. That's what we do. We don't look out for ourselves. Today I was thinking about my kids. I'm looking at it, it's like everything is about them, not about me. So now I get older, I end up with some money that I save because I work hard. And instead of them trying to help me, they're being selfish and use their money on their own thing. I mean, what sense does that make? What sense? So to me, I know selfish, there are different levels of selfishness, but this is a very, very high level of being selfish. Again, I am a lover of the seniors. I advocate for the elderly. But to me, this is really, 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 it made me mad. And this lady was talking, she was like tearing because of how she felt. Because she felt like, she was explaining to me how many jobs she worked, how many years she worked for, and how she tried to save money. She didn't take a lot of vacations when she was working because she wanted to build that life for her future. And this is what we are working for. We are working for a better future. But sometimes things happen. I understand certain people, they get to their 90s and they still doing the things on their own. They still managing their finances. But many people, the minute you reach your 80s, 85, sometimes it's not easy for you to manage your own thing. So you're gonna need to have somebody to come by and help you manage. Now, the question is, Is that person going to be somebody selfish, or are they going to be somebody who will be looking out for you? We need that advocacy for our seniors. They are taking advantage of too much. It's about time for that, it's about time for somebody to say something to get this stopped. Because many of our seniors, all that happens, people ripping them off, you have their own children doing that to them. And again, I have to give kudos to many, 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 many children that I have met, that I have encountered in my work, who are doing their very, very best to take care of their parents. Some of them, they use their own resources to take care of their parents. Some of them, they quit their job. They do everything with all their heart. Some of them, you see them struggling. And mom has a lot of money, or dad has a lot of money, but they do their very best to continue to work for their own money and try to use the money that mom and dad has to take care of them. I give kudos to those people, and I know I have met so many of them. And again, this situation that I'm talking about today is not, I cannot say it's a usual situation, but it happens. I would say maybe 1 out of 10 cases I'll meet somebody like this. But I thought it was very important. When she was saying this, I was just thinking, how would I describe this? Well, I would describe this as being extreme, the very extreme selfishness. Somebody who don't care. They don't care about anybody else, but they care about themselves. And I mean, if you want to take it a step further, you have saying, let's look at how many, even some kids without parents. A lot of the time, sometimes there's no way around it, but sometimes because somebody is being selfish. Somebody didn't want to take their responsibility. Somebody's thinking about themselves. They say, right now, I don't care about kids. I'm just going to move on and do my thing. And I think this is very wrong. We need to stop being selfish. We need to start thinking about other people. And again, being selfish can also be even at your job. If you're working, don't just think about you, that everything is fine about you. Whether you are the manager of that facility, I mean, I run a company, but whether somebody worked for me, yes, I'm the boss, but I have to also think about them, about their feeling. Because somebody who is selfish, they don't care about how you feel. And this is why this person who took advantage of their parents, ripping them off, taking their money and put them in a nursing home, well, they were not thinking but about themselves. They didn't care about the feeling of those parents sitting in a nursing home when they knew they worked so hard to be at a better place than that. Again, I said it, I'm not against nursing home. It's a great program. But somebody who worked hard to not be there, and I see them there, absolutely, I'm not happy about it. Because, again, I always said, today we are young, we are, we have our ability to do everything, we're very strong and everything, but later on, we will get older. So to me, advocating for seniors today, advocating for older people today in our society is actually advocating for myself. Because when I get older, I will need whatever I'm asking for those seniors today, I will need it when I get to that age. So it is extremely important that we today, as young people, we do our very best to advocate for them. Because if we kind of, if we bring that awareness in our society about taking care of our seniors, about doing the best for them, about not being selfish, about not looking out for just us, but looking out for our parents, looking out for those people who helped us, looking out for those people, sometimes they sacrifice themselves. Because again, I wouldn't be able to tell it, but today, having my kids, having those young kids, it tells me how much of sacrifice that a parent made for the children. Because I'm ready to do anything for those kids. I'm ready to fight for them. I'm ready to work hard. I love it when I have them, when I have the ability to say, oh, you need McDonald's, here it is. You need Burger King, here it is. You need this restaurant, here it is. You want to buy this toy. I mean, you feel good about it. You feel so good. But remember, every parent feels this way. They feel good about taking care of their children. But to me, it is very realistic that I know they're not doing it like they're expecting a favor from us, but it should be a common sense that in return, we should take care of those parents when they get older. Take care of them. And when you're looking at somebody who worked hard, who saved their money, and instead of helping them, instead of taking care of them like they took care of you when you were younger, then what you do, you rip them off. I mean, what sense does that make? Why are you going back and hurting somebody who loved you so much, somebody who did everything to make you who you are? I mean, to me, it doesn't make any sense. It doesn't make sense. It just hurt my feeling. So I felt like usually my videos are usually about teaching about topics about healthcare, but today I just felt like I should talk about this. It has been in my mind. It's like, this is so wrong. This is so wrong. What type of heart do you have to do this to somebody? You know, somebody who works so hard, somebody who did their very best, and now all you could do for them is to, instead of taking care of them, instead of helping them, now you rip them off, you know? So again, guys, you can see what emotion I have talking about this. But if you're watching this, I think one thing you could do is, when you're talking to your friends, if they feel like they don't give any attention to their parents, you could just talk to them, encourage them, and try to explain to them what our parents mean to us, what they did for us. Tell them, you know, kind of talk to them about why are we here. And, you know, you may not have your parents, maybe they're not alive, I'm sorry. Or, you know, whatever it is. But look at any seniors in the street. If you go to the store, you go to the restaurant, pay them respect. If you're on the line, hey, you know, you all are older, go ahead. You know, you can go ahead. Be nice to them. Be nice to them. As I said, usually I said in the community, in any community, right now, you know, me working in a hospital, me having the education, being a medical provider, everything I learn it from somebody. And that somebody is most likely right now, they are older. So again, our society cannot function, and we would not have had the society that we have today if we didn't have those older people who were there initially to support us, to nurture us, to make us who we are today. So this is extremely important. But some people don't realize that. I understand sometimes certain society may look at older people differently. Our society, sometimes they look at, well, if you're old and that's it. Why are you here? You're old. Well, you know what? We're all going to be old. That's the thing. We're all going to be old. Well, if you're old, I need to owe you respect. I need to be happy that you are able to live to get older, and I need to pray, God, that I will be living old, you know, to get that old as well. We're all gonna get old. So you cannot be in a society where when you see somebody older, instead of paying them attention, instead of you know, being nice to them, but then you're treating them from, you know, being old, that they shouldn't be. I mean, really, being old shouldn't be something negative. It should be something positive. It's a blessing to be old. It is a blessing. And we should pay respect to everybody who gets older. Because again, our society has a foundation. The foundation is from older people. And me talking today, in the next 60 years, 70 years, it's not gonna be me talking here. I'll be older, somebody else will be doing it. And guess what? The person who will be doing it, it may be somebody that I support. It may be somebody that I, play a role in their education. So again, it will be it will be somebody else doing it, but I will have been part of the foundation of what is happening today. And every one of you watching now, whether you're working, wherever you work, whatever you do for a living, you part of this society. When you get older, people should respect you for what you did for this society, So again, guys, I don't want this to be a very long video, but I just wanted, it was just a frustration. All day I have been thinking about it since after I talked to this senior person, and I felt like I should come here and share this with you guys. Again, thank you for everyone who was watching this video. I encourage you guys to like my my page. You can follow me on YouTube, Facebook, Twitter. We really working on that campaign of educating people about health topics. We are doing a lot of educations about senior care. So if you guys would follow my page, comments, share it with somebody else. Let me know if there's anything you think I should do differently. We are here to learn. I can learn from you. We can learn from each other. We can be a team. Again, I know I posted something on my page about breastfeeding. The reason I do this, I posted this is because on Tuesday because I have a group of other providers who want to come on my platform and talk about issues. So I have a specialist in breastfeeding, somebody who has done a lot of research, who has a lot of knowledge in breastfeeding. She will be live she's also a medical provider. She'll be live on our Facebook page. So on Tuesday evening, sometimes she will be live. So I know some people commented on the post that I put on there, saying whether people should be breastfeeding or not. Thank you for you all who did that. And if you haven't, I would encourage you to go on our page and look at that question and answer it as much as you can. On Tuesday, our specialist will be able to answer all those questions for us. Again, thank you for everybody who've been following what we're doing. Thank you for people who've been following us, whether on Twitter, on Facebook, on YouTube, wherever you've been following us. People who've been giving us calls or texting us in private to say they like what we're doing. Again, we'll continue to do this. We think this is how we can help our community. Again, if you want to be part of what we're doing, we will be more than happy to make you part of what we're doing. Thank you for watching. And again, you all have a great night, and I will talk to you guys. I'll talk to you guys later. Thank you.